again, good evening and welcome to the 12th Annual Berea-Midpark Varsity Show. Tonight, you are going to hear all of the music that the band played this season. We'll share a few stories, recognize our seniors, raise some money, and introduce you to all 176 members of the Pride of the Titans. And as we do at every varsity show, we start the introductions with the boss. And for the first time in 31 years, it's a new boss. He possesses the energy of a 5-year-old who just ate 3 hot fudge sundaes and washed it down with a 6-pack of Mountain Dew. And that was all before his 5 cups of coffee. We believe the caffeine may have played a big role in our first post-game show when he set the Guinness World Record for fastest performance of Hey Pachuco. He has been steadfast in the tradition of performance that band director James Fidali started in 1984. And yes, we are in the 50th season of this style of performance. But there were those moments when the boss forgot he was the boss. One example was our very first home game of the season after we paraded into the stadium. When the band stops, they wait to hear the halt cadence, which the head band director signals to our drumline captain, which then tells the band to go to parade rest or at ease. Until they hear that cadence, they will continue to march in place, which is referred to as marking time. Well, the band was marking time, and marking time, and marking time. I stood on my tippy toes at the front of the band to look back at our drumline captain, who looked at me and simply shrugged her shoulders. No boss. One of our seniors in the front of the band said, "Mr. Farmer, what are we doing?" And I said, "I'm not sure." Then the boss comes strolling up to the front of the parade block, casually brushing lint off his pants. So I wander over like 2 spies meeting in the night, and I casually say to him, "Are you going to give Ellie the halt?" Without making eye contact and continuing to brush the lint off his pants, he says, "I guess that's my job now, isn't it?" So he strolled back to the drum line, the signal was given, the drums played the halt, and the band went to at ease, followed by the sighs of 176 very warm marchers, which sounded like air rushing out of a Macy's Thanksgiving balloon. Please welcome the Director of Bands at Berea-Midpark High School, Mr. Brett Benson. And now we ask that you please rise and join the Berea-Midpark Titan Band under the direction of Brett Benson as they salute the United States of America with the playing of our national anthem. Tradition in the Titan Band that started this season. You may have noticed the silver and gold stars on our banner, on the trailer, and on the berets of certain members of the band. Band director Jeff Fidali started the tradition the first year of the Titan Band by allowing stars to be worn on the beret to denote how many seasons a member of the band has marched. No stars means it's your first year, 1 star your second year, 2 stars for 3-year marchers, and if it's your 4th season, then you are likely a senior, in which case you are not only wearing 2 stars, but you're also wearing cords on your right shoulder. But there are a few students who are actually in their 5th or 6th season of marching. Those would be banner carriers. Our banner carriers are chosen out of the middle school band program. As you can see, we are one of the few marching bands in the area to parade the U.S. and Ohio flags. So the pin denoting current and former banner carriers is the U.S. and Ohio flags. Our current banner carriers are a special group. Even though they weren't required, they attended every Thursday night rehearsal and even took the time to learn a few dance routines. We have never had the banner carriers perform a dance routine because they are supposed to be standing still while holding the flags and the banner, like they are now. But on the last home halftime performance, at least 2 of them couldn't help swinging their hips, kicking their feet up, and sneaking in a hop or 2 while the tubas were performing Long Train. I won't tell you which 2 they were, but you might be able to figure out by the red faces. They are a great group of kids. Please say hello to our banner carriers, Autumn Sayre, Katie Cashin, Olivia Rivera, Richard Sherman, and our backup banner carrier, Nikki Rush. And you're done. I said stay on the stage and wait for the applause, not stay on the stage and wait for an Academy Award. Tonight, we want to take this opportunity to salute those of you who serve and protect us so that we can have things like a Varsity show. Written in 1860 by 2 British composers, Eternal Father, Strong to Save is most commonly referred to as the Navy hymn. Even though associated with the Navy, the hymn is such a solemn and reverent composition that many services besides the Navy, such as the British Army, the Royal Air Force, the United States Marines, and many others, use it to salute those in service to others, as do we. If you are a current or former member of the armed services, a first responder, or wear a uniform in service to others, then we ask that you are able to please stand and be recognized as we salute you with the playing of Eternal Father, Strong to Save, the Navy hymn. director became the head band director, the search was underway last spring for a new assistant band director. And I think it's safe to say that the Berea City School District is 2 for 2 on replacing legendary band directors here at the high school. He has fit perfectly into the band program and has already followed the head band director's lead. If you thought Hey Pachuco was played fast, you should have seen the national anthem at Midview under his direction. Record time. And speaking of Midview, or Mudview, after the hurricane elements we performed in, our assistant band director has no problem stopping the band when they are parading, even though that job is usually reserved for the boss, especially after the boss just learned that it was his responsibility. The buses and the new instrument trailer were parked in the grass, and after the torrential rain, they were surrounded on 3 sides by a sea of mud. As we paraded through the Midview parking lot, the boss and I were at the front of the band discussing where we should stop. After seeing the mud, we thought the best place was to take the band around the corner of the parking lot, further away from the buses so that the band could walk through the grass and out the mud. As we approached the turn, 2 Lorain County Sheriff's deputies told us to hurry along because we were holding up traffic. Halfway through the right-hand turn, the boss and I hear, "Rest 1, 2, 3 at ease," which is the cue that the band has come to a stop. We looked back, and there they were, at ease. Lorain County's finest were now telling us, "Y'all gonna have to move." Of course, the deepest part of the mud was right there on that corner, and being the smart students that they are, who understand that the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, right through the mud they went to the buses. Mud on the shoes, mud on the uniforms, and yes, pun intended, mud on the face of our assistant band director who thought we had forgotten to stop at the buses. Would you please welcome our new assistant band director, Adam Sampson. Our pregame downfield number is our official state song. Here is Beautiful Ohio. It was tough going for the band in the deluge of Mudview. Before that, it was Strongsville. Even tougher for 6 members of the band, or 5 members of the band, who have to twirl and perform with a baton. And like many things, we learned that baton grip tape can actually come off during rainy performance. But in true Titan fashion, the show went on, and with a very talented corps of majorettes. Please say hello to Landry Hudson, Kenzie Tanay, Juliet Spears, Liz Spencer, and missing tonight on the DL is Jordan Cadell, our majorettes. And they are led by our majorette coach, stand up, I told you I was going to talk, Rosanna Gazal. The song used to get the band from one end of the field to the middle of the field is called the downfield number. For the second half of the season, we used a journey hit featuring our majorettes. Here is Any Way You Want. two other students who also handled a baton this season are drum majors. Nothing like looking face up in the rain, waiting for the baton that you threw emerge from the raindrops. For pregame, our drum major is junior trumpet player Johnny Haber. And who could forget this guy's memorable toss in North Royalton, where after catching the baton, he was trying to get the crowd riled up by flapping his arms so fast that he almost flew as high as the baton. Our halftime drum major, senior trumpet player, Matt Berzer. A couple of weeks ago, we brought out future members of the Titan Band from the middle school to join us on this song in pregame. From the Rolling Stones, here is Paint It Black. Some new way to be creative. You might see them bouncing around the long train, shuffling to party rock, or hanging upside down to play their tenors, Malachi. And 2 weeks ago, they discovered that they could produce a cool ringing noise by tapping the railings in the stands. They also discovered that playing the drum break, the fat bottom, while sitting in the stands would cause the rest of the band to sing the melody. Crazy. Our very creative drum line. Please say hello to Silas Barker, Ella Bodenmiller, Dale Brooks, Ian Kavanaugh, Audie Combs, Ellie Connor, Malachi Crespo, Thomas Eibel, Samaya Galarza, Jordan Guy, Alex Johncock, Liam Cameraman, Jack Lawver, Jasmine Ledwell, Weston McFedridge, Gracie McGee, Nathan Merritt, Sarah Mizuno, Dominique Pickens, Caden Soleil, Ben Siebold, Adam Svoboda, Marcus Thomas, and Nathan Wilson. Our 2024 check and see if they were smiling. They were so stoic back there, too. Alrighty. Another song performed on middle school night from the band One Republic. Here is Counting Stars. Zach, if you think I can see without the light, you're crazy. When the band comes together for band camp, they are broken up into their various instrumental sections and given some preseason instruction by our band camp staff. A great group of folks. Sarah Novak, Ross Rowland, Nick Lakeman, Mari Miranda, Emma Parrish, and Lexi Schuler, our 2024 band camp staff. And being on the band camp staff is very much a blue-collar job, and so to salute the men and women of our band camp staff, here is the Styx hit, Blue Collar Man. Homecoming is always a special time for Berea-Midpark, and even more so this year for the band, as they were well represented. Will the members of this year's homecoming court for all classes please stand up? Stand up, stand up, stand up. Not a bad showing for the Titan Band, and out of this group came this year's homecoming king, Jack Canaris, and homecoming queen, Ellie Connor. And speaking of Ellie, who's making her way up right now, a few years ago, members of the Titan Band decided that our next song only needed one dancer. And so, Ellie not only wears the crown of homecoming queen, but also, for the last 2 seasons, wears the crown of Neutron Star. From the movie Beverly Hills Cop, here is our Neutron Star, Her Majesty Ellie Connor, and the Titan Band with the Pointer Sisters hit Neutron Dance.
you so much for joining us. I'm not going to talk long. I know my first year, I came out, and I can't remember the parent that said it, but, well, you just start the band and then you just walk off. And these kids can do that. That speaks volumes of our community, volumes of our band program, and the pride that we have in this program. I always talk to the kids about little 7th grade student. I grew up in North Royalton, so right down the road. My mom has worked right down the road for my whole life as well. But a little 7th grade kid who played the trumpet and liked jazz band and went through high school, wanted to be a band director, and the dreams that that young man had, and to end up here in a community that's so involved in the band program. Jeff, not only just a colleague of mine, but a dear, dear friend, who has welcomed me not only into this program, but into this family. This is a family. There's an immense amount of pride. And I thank you all for your welcoming. I thank you for the support of your kids. I thank you for the support of our program. There's tons of people who are involved in our program, but supporting these young students in this incredible group that we get to perform with every Friday night. Just grateful for all of you, so I'll stop rambling now. But we will take just a couple moments to recognize our senior class of 2025. In coming into my position, there has been such grace, there has been such helpfulness, gratitude, willingness to take things to the next level, making sure that we cover all the traditions that are so important to our band program. And I'm so honored that these students got to be my first group of seniors. We've spent the last 3 years together, but continuing the tradition of excellence of this program. It has been wonderful for these kids to be our elders in the band, and it is certainly that much more important to recognize them this evening. And now I get to hand it over to the real voice. I just get to say, I just get to do the teaching, but the voice. Can you give it up for Mr. Tom Farmer again?
Well, let's introduce you to the class of 2025 for the marching band, beginning with Ella Bowden-Miller, Dale Brooks, Michaela Burke, Christina Calvis, Elizabeth Carroll, Ellie Connor, Malachi Crespo, Jacob Collins, Casa Dennison, Hannah Elsa Holly, Kate Barrington, Emma Escalier, Nora Fensky, Callie Fleming, Grace Borgosh, Rory Fronick. Good to hear the owls are back. Jordan Guy, Maddie Kaminsky, Jack Canaris, Courtney Napick, Meredith Coons, Santino Leoy, Callie Leighton, Jonathan Lindboggs, Michael Massey, Lucas McHugh, Christian McDevitt, Drew Merritt, Sean Michaels, Alex Mowat, Chloe Mulek-Carr, Elijah Nichols, Krista Novak, Kaylee Oliver, Leo Raymakers, Julia Rowland, Alex Serban, Camden Seidlecki, Colby Spears, Liz Spencer, Logan Stauffer, Adam Svoboda, Dan Tietzel, Marcus Thomas, Aubrey Tresbakowski, Joshua Ullman, Matt Berzik, Chelsea Welsh, Nathan Wilson, and Aurelia Zerke. visiting class. As you can see, there is a good chunk of the band missing right now, but that is not going to stand in the way of tradition. As a salute to our seniors, we ask that you please rise for the playing of the Berea-Midpark Alma Mater. Please welcome our band officers, Ellie Connor, Matt Verzik, Jack Canaris, Colby Spears, and Malachi Crispo.
Hi, could we get all the directors to come out here with us? Thank you. Hi, we are the class of 2025 band officers. And every year it's kind of a tradition. We kind of get the whole senior class to help out, pitch in, and we got a few gifts for our directors. So.
Okay, our first gift is going to go to our choreographer, Juliana. I'm going to make your way over here. Here's the gift. So, she's first of all amazing at what she does. I'm a drumline, so unfortunately we don't get to experience the amazing choreography that she makes, but we have the awesome opportunity to watch the entire band dance. Some may not know that she's a black belt in Taekwondo. So, take a look. Bam. Best choreographer, that's 2025. A belt that you cannot earn anywhere else but in this facility.
All right, my gift goes to the resident oldest tuba in the band and master of the trailer. We do so much for all the different parts of our band, just kind of behind the scenes, so we figured every tuba conductor needs a hat.
Okay, next up is for our announcer, Mr. Farmer. This is for you. And this is a reminder for how we all think what you do is like the standard, golden, well, what we do, and this is our reminder to you that what we think you do is amazing, and we're gonna miss you when we're gone, and yeah.
Next we have our brand new person to the band, and after so someone's first year in marching band, they get their silver star. So we had all of the band seniors put their fingerprints in a star, and this is for you, Mr. Sampson.
Okay, our second to last gift, it's kind of a joint thing for Mr. B and Mr. Sampson. The band office is a really safe space for all of us. We all are able to come in there, ask questions, get help with whatever we need. But a lot of the time, we just stop in for a couple seconds to get a little bit of candy from the candy jar. So, we had a new addition to the candy getting. A gumball machine! So our last gift is for our ever-energetic director, Mr. B. Something that you might know about him is whenever he's really trying to hype us up, he stands on whatever piece of furniture is near us, most of the time chairs. So we got him a chair designated for him to stand on. It says, make the crowd toss their Skittles. It doesn't hold it. It's also a ladder! So yeah, thank you so much to all of our wonderful directors for giving us so much over these past 4 years, and thank you to the senior class for pitching in and showing our appreciation.
All right, well, that was fun. The next song was our downfield number for the first half of the season. Here is the All-American Rejects hit, Move Along.
Thank
We want to take a moment to thank all of our patron members and give a special shout out, I hope they're here tonight, to our 2024-25 Directors Club member, the Rispoli family. If you're here, come on up. So what do you say we start meeting some of the band, starting with Party Rock 1. Kiara Abercrombie, Alexandra Beckwith, Gia Beltran, Rowan Berbelis, Joshua Kuhn, Mark DeVera, Michael Gallagher, Kaylin Harvath, Gaia Hiro, Caleb Jeffrey, Michaela Katecki, Katie Kurlik, Eli Landis, Emily Lane, Dylan McCullum, Andrew Merritt, Danica Patel, Ariana Patel, Alex Serban, Dan Tietzel, Jake Timko, Aubrey Chesbakowski, Josh Ullman, and Korn Regner. Time for some shuffling. Declared by Billboard magazine as the song of the summer in 2011, this tune became a staple for parties and clubs. And this is also the tune that gave the drumline their own dance routine. So you might see them bucking around back there. From LMFAO, here is Party Rock Anthem. Okay, please welcome Lisa Bollandis, Michaela Burke, Derek Carney, Gianna Colonna, Casey Dennison, Amari Domes, Natalie Eichner, Emma Escalier, Nora Fensky, Kelsey Keene, Callie Lignan, Hank Look, Anastasia McGannon, Georgia McGannon, Lucas McHugh, Gavin McGee, Sean Michaels, Aubrey Miller, Kaylee Oliver, Leo Raymakers, Gabe Rowland, Izzy Santori, Deshanae Sawyer, Leonel Smirnovitz, Jack Spence, Adrian Villafane, Jace Walker, and Ellie Westbrook. Okay, you can clap. So I'd like to bring out a very important member of our band staff. You met her just a few seconds ago. We draw a lot of inspiration for our dance routines from college bands, and it takes a special talent and a fair level of patience to translate those dance routines from college to high school. Or we create our own dance moves. And our band this year was so good at following her instructions, and as you heard earlier, not once did she have to resort to Taekwondo. Would you please welcome our choreographer, Juliana Galarza. We chose Juliana for this song because this dance routine, above all others, had the band looking at Juliana and saying, "We're doing what?" That's right, I agree. But they all got into it, from playing air drums on the heads of their bandmates to kickbacks. The song that has the band standing on their head here is Metallica's Enter Sandman. Zach, can we turn house lights up? If you are in the audience tonight, when you hear your name, please stand. If you're not in the audience, don't stand. And please stand or I will embarrass you and call you out. Melissa Burchett, Joanne and Andy Berbelis, Mary Carroll, Jacqueline Caskey, Regina Connor, Frank Collins, Jennifer Dennis, Cynthia Dreyer, Kim Arrington, Lisa and Mike Forgash, Simone Galarza, Christian Ganowski, Diana Guy, Melanie Guzman-Carter, Karen and Todd Heff, Stephen Hyro, Sarah Haluke, Jennifer Kammerman, Robin Carr, Brianna Napick, Chris Kepke, Brittany Katecki, Abby and Jerry Crane, Melissa LaHoe, Krista Ledwell, Mary Lowther, Vaughn Carter, Sherry and Tom McGraw, Alexia Angela Dave Mulagianis, Denise Moody, Kevin Novak, Katie Patel, Carl Pickens, April Rivera, Katie Rowland, Cheryl and Eric Rossback, Amanda and Steve Seidlecki, Stephanie Skurnovitz, Miranda Smith, Kelly and Aaron Spears, Carla Bunny Strozer, April and Jim Thomas, Heather Timko, Tina and Troy Trezbakowski, Shari Villafane, Kelly Verzik, Christine and Kevin Welsh, and Susan and Gary Zablosky. Band. These are the parents and the adults who gave us the privilege of their time to fix uniforms, chaperone, feed you, take pictures, sell photo buttons, videotape, help with hoagies, volunteer at beer booths, raise money, arrange gift baskets, create varsity show programs, arrange dine-outs, carry ladders, and most importantly, cheer louder than any other fan in the stands. I think they are deserving of our thanks. Special volunteer. In her 7 years of service following 2 sons in the band, she has done just about all of the jobs I listed a moment ago, and this year she is serving in the top job as our band booster president. She is term limited due to her son Matt graduating. You are graduating? All right. Just in case, we want your mom, aren't you? But she has been a big part of the success of our band boosters. Would you please give a round of applause to our band booster president, Kelly Verzik. All right, and now please say hello to Jaslyn Ball, Elizabeth Carroll, Anna Cavanaugh, Jacob Cullens, Liliana Denagris, Adam Durantes, Hannah El-Sahali, Dylan Grady, Aaron Humperton, Corbin Johnson, Brendan Kelly, Spencer Khalid, John Lennon, Noah Letterly, Tarek Masri, Brianna Neal, Lakendra Smith, Emmett Stringer, Shayla Strozer, and Benjamin Vidic. One of the more fun tunes in our library that has been around for all of the 50 years we have marched this style. Get your hands out and clap, feel free to clap along because it is time to make this rock and roll go round. Here is Queen's Fat Papa. Let's bring the tubas out front. Please say hello to Warwick Chronic, Javion Martimus, Michael Massey, Kayla McDevitt, Christian McDevitt, Caitlin Miller, Chase Nagy, Elliot Riccardi, Zach Rispoli, Anthony Sesson, Logan Stauffer, and Josie Swartz. Before we introduce the song, we have to introduce the guy who is one of our assistant band directors and our tuba section instructor. He is a music teacher in the Berea City School District at Brook Park Elementary, and he is someone you really want to go with to the Frozen Sing-Along show at Disney World. While the rest of us were napping in the comfort of an air-conditioned theater on the last Disney trip, this guy had half the band belting out, "Let It Go." But besides being a talented sing-along vocalist and tuba player, his biggest claim to fame, as we note every year, as a high school student and member of the Berea High School Marching Band, he was the first to perform the tuba dance to Long Train. Please welcome John Chapman. Under the direction of Choo-Choo Charlie Chapman, here is the Titan Band featuring our tubas with the Doobie Brothers' Long Train Running.
5, 6, 7, 4.
Franco Augustine, Carmela Berensfeld, Pax Bodenmiller, Rachel Burnett, Gianna Carmen, Annalise Cedeno, Sidney Cook, William Dreyer, Callie Fleming, Keegan Gary, Eloise Grable, Gianna Grimes, Sean Hansen, Parker Heft, Isabella Kazor, Hannah Crane, Santino Leoy, Jonathan Lynn Boggs, Angus McCarter, Abby McGraw, James McGreevy, Brianna Miker, Alex Mowat, Chloe Mueller, Elijah Nichols, Jacob Partika, Zoe Redmond, Nicholas Robinson, Camden Seidlecki, J.P. Snyder, Cobra Spears, Nicholas Winter, and Gavin Zablowski. Another fun song from early in the season, and yes, a few people did ask us, and as tempting as it was to play our version last Friday, we chose to show some class to our good friends to the west. Homestead Falls did a very nice job with this number. Besides, I think our football team took a little wind out of their sails last Friday. But tonight, we are ready to blast our version from the band Royal Crown Review. Here is Hey Pachuco. Alrighty, our final dance group of the night. Malaya Berengo, Christina Calvis, Ursula Keski, Kate Arrington, Grace Forgosh, Ben Granowski, Johnny Haber, Max Januszewski, Maddie Kaminsky, Jack Canaris, Courtney Nepic, Meredith Coons, Michaela Moody, Nicole Nailing, Krista Novak, Brooke Patton, Alani Relaford, Joan Riverty, Emma Rivera, Julia Wallen, Trista Zveck, Matt Verzik, Chelsea Welsh, and Aurelia Zerke. This song has come to define the season of a few versions of the Titan Band. When Jeff Fidali introduced it 10 years ago, it was challenging with its changing styles and rhythms, not to mention the on-field presentation, plus it's pretty long for a high school halftime at over 5 minutes. So when it showed up on the playlist for 2024, it raised more than a few eyebrows, especially with 2 new directors. But as you'll see, when you have the right bunch of band students, anything is possible. The song that Freddie Mercury called the multi-tempo tune with the random rhyming nonsense. Here is the 2024 Titan Band with Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. In a few moments, the band will parade out to see all of you, while our drumline plays their cadences to end the 2024 Varsity show. Believe me, they are going to get up close and personal, so now's a good time to make sure there is nothing in the aisles. We truly hope you enjoyed the 2024 edition of the Pride of the Titans tonight. I thought they did pretty good. What kills most folks at this point is how fast the season went, when back in August it was how long the season will be. As soon as the 23-24 school year ended, Mr. B set out to keep challenges to a minimum and create an air of familiarity for band students, while he and Mr. Sampson learned the nuances of maintaining a 50-year tradition. But it didn't take long for the challenges to start. The front yard of the high school has been the band's training ground ever since the new high school was open. But a lot of the old high school was buried underneath the grass, making it somewhat treacherous, especially for a band that likes to stand on its head. A week before band camp, the news came that despite the best efforts by our district's buildings and grounds crew, the high school front yard would not be ready. There was not enough caffeine in Berea to help our new head band director. But fortunately, a number of resources came together and band camp was set for BW's mini stadium. During band camp, directors made it clear that mediocrity in rehearsal would lead to mediocrity in performance. The band struggled with that message, but it was the goal: avoid the then. For years, the Titan Band has performed at only one band show, the North Royalton Festival of Bands. It's the show where the crowd is marching band friendly, but also a place where you are easily compared to other bands in style and performance. So prepping for this show is important. But more challenges were on the horizon. The week before North Royalton, the Titan Band was asked to play for Channel 3's morning show. TV morning shows start at 5 a.m. So call time for the band, 4:30 a.m. on the same Friday that they were hosting the middle school band kids. The middle schoolers needed to rehearse with the Titan Band, and the 4:30 a.m. call time meant that Thursday's rehearsal would be cut short. There would be no time to rehearse for Royalton. On the day of the Royalton show, 3 hours to show time, the band gathered at the middle school in hopes of rehearsing. Lines were sloppy, playing wasn't crisp, dance routines were sluggish. The band was tired, and it showed. Some final words from Mr. B, and the buses were loaded, determined to get there early so we could get the band fed and relaxed. Well, that was the plan. While we were unloading instruments, we asked one of the Royalton parking attendants to please keep the arriving buses from parking near our equipment trailer. He said that wouldn't be a problem. We were the last band there. As challenges continued to mount, long lines at concession stands, crowded seating, it was looking more and more like the best outcome for the band's performance would be the one thing we never wanted to see: mediocrity. Due to the size of our band, we were the last ones to play before our host, North Royalton. Tired or not, the time came to step off. The band lined up, attention whistle blew, and the crowd cheered. The baton was tossed and caught, and the crowd cheered louder. It became apparent that the flapping wings of our drum major weren't necessary because the reputation of the Titan Band had preceded our step-off, raising expectations of the audience and the stress levels of the band directors. But the cheering was all that was needed. The band fed off the crowd, and as they paraded to midfield, the wavy lines from the rehearsal 3 hours earlier were gone. The music was sharp, and by the time Hey Pachuco was done, the crowd was roaring and feet were stomping. But the showstopper was Bohemian. 8 measures in, bands on the other side of the field lit up their phones and waved them in the air in sort of a rock concert salute for the Titan Band. When the dance routine hit, the crowd cheered every move. The splits practically brought down the bleachers as the foot stomping grew louder. As the final note died out and the band slowly lowered their instruments, the crowd was on their feet. The only band to get a standing ovation. Mediocrity was nowhere to be found that night, and probably the best compliment of the night was from a North Royalton band booster who stopped me as I was exiting the press box and said, "Greg, you expect us to follow that?" Of course, Royalton did follow, and they were superb. The smiles, high fives, hugs, and tears were everywhere as 176 band members felt what it was truly like to be the pride of the Titans. Our final word is for our seniors. While there is still plenty of school year left, there is only a few more weeks in these uniforms. We hope that if you take anything away from your time in the Titan Band, that this year has showed you that with the right amount of determination and not settling for mediocrity, you can tackle just about anything. Class of 2025, we wish you the best. New band directors, no practice field, TV appearances, rain, mud, Royalton, middle schoolers, homecoming royalty, Bohemian, and a whole lot of teamwork and friendships. Sounds like a pretty good season. So, band, in the words of our esteemed leader, it's LaCroix time. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 edition of the Pride of the Titans, this is the Berea-Midpark Titan Marching Band. Berea-Midpark Titan Marching Band. The Titan Band is under the direction of Mr. Brett Benson and Mr. Adam Sampson. On behalf of everyone in the Titan Band, thank you for coming tonight. You are indeed the best bands in the land. Have a good night, everyone.